The story about the pregnant father. Once upon a time there was a lovely young boy named Manav. Manav lived on a beautiful island located in the Indian Ocean 250 miles off the southeastern coast of Africa. The island was surrounded by the greatest nature, spectacular wildlife, and stunning beaches. You might have guessed which country we're describing for you, and it is sure Madagascar. Even though it was not the most fortunate place to live, as the citizens of Madagascar were not financially lucky, it did not seem to bother Manav. He had lovely friends and a supporting family that surrounded him, and Manav was extremely happy with his life.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. These well-known words made up the Rahman family's favorite song. Manav was the oldest brother in the family, and he had a lot of responsibility taking care of his younger siblings. Apart from his younger siblings, the family consisted of his father and mother. Despite the fact that both of his parents worked a lot, they always gathered in the afternoon. Manav really enjoyed having dinner with his family. The family cooked together and they always made fantastic food.
At 8 o'clock in the morning, everyone woke up parting their separate ways, which led Manav walking to school. It was quite a long walk to school, however, he really enjoyed it as he could walk in peace in the beautiful nature, watching the astonishing animals. As he came to school, he met with his friends. They usually talked for about 10 minutes before class started.
One day, their class teacher presented something a bit different. She talked on and on about the birds and the bees. Suddenly, a classmate asked, "Are you pregnant if you have a big belly?" The teacher laughed and politely responded, "Yes, you could say so." Manav stared in shock. Wait, Manav thought. Are people with a big belly pregnant? My dad has a big belly. My dad has a big belly! Does that really mean that he's pregnant? Manav was confused. He stared at the teacher with his eyes as big as teacups, and his mouth was wide open, as he had seen a ghost. Slowly he raised his hand. He had to get something straight. "Yes, Manav," the teacher said.
He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and then asked, "My dad has a huge belly. Does that mean he's pregnant?" A moment of silence was replaced with a booming laughter. Everyone laughed, even the teacher. Manav did not understand why everyone was laughing at him. Small tears ran down his face. He felt humiliated, but he did not understand what was wrong about his question.
In embarrassment, Manav threw his chair to the side and ran as far as he could. He was crying. He thought to himself, "Why were they so mean to me? They were supposed to be my friends and classmates." Manav could not understand, but he kept on running until he finally found a quiet place to think for himself. He wandered around the lush trees and sat down on a flat rock.
Suddenly, a little shadow peeked out from a huge brown tree. Soon the shadow was transformed into a little girl with long black hair and kind brown eyes. She seemed shy at first, but carefully she made her way over to Manav and sat down.
"Hi, why are you so upset?"
she slowly asked. The girl seemed very polite and gentle, so Manav told her what had previously happened. The girl did not laugh, but only listened to what Manav said. Manav thought to himself that she was indeed quite pretty. Big brown eyes and a smile that could light up the entire jungle.
"Well, I'm Linda, and I can tell you that your father is not pregnant," she said and smiled.
Manav quickly introduced himself to his new friend.
They talked for an hour and they really enjoyed each other's company. He realized that he had just made a silly mistake. Linda suggested to head back home, and Manav agreed that it might be a suitable idea, as people probably were worried sick. Therefore, they left the quiet place in the colorful jungle and walked home.
Manav and Linda ran home to Manav, and he was in a much better mood now. They found Manav's dad with his big belly sitting on the couch, and Manav jumped into his arms and said, "I thought you were pregnant." Manav's dad looked a bit confused at Manav and Linda, who both smiled like they've never been happier. They all burst